Hiya, folks. If you're new in town, don't be shy and just stand by. Let me explain to you how this works. Feeling bored or lonely and you need someone to watch cartoons with? Then look no further, because I'm here to play in your ear. You can listen to the podcast alone or alongside the cartoon. The choice is yours. Either way, let's get to Toon Along. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Toon Along. We're going to be watching an episode of Daria today. I know you like that show. I fucking hated this show growing up. And I watched it probably a year ago, just for fun, just to see what was going on. Give it another second go, if you will. And you know what? Kind of liked it. So let's go ahead and watch episode 1, season 1 today. Esteemers. I'm assuming this is a pilot. We're going episode 1, right? So let's start this off here. Get your countdown timers. 3, 2, 1... play. Here we go. La 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 la. Oh yeah, this is okay. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like this show. I mean, growing up, I would have been fucking 8 years old, 9 years old, tensors, somewhere around there. This show comes on late at night. I'm bored. I'm tired. I need some action. I need some motivation, some stimulation, if you will. And this show, to me, was just so boring. I didn't get the jokes. I wasn't paying attention from line to sentence to get that punchline. And I really didn't care about the characters. I found Daria was just like, ugh, boring. La 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 la. There we go. We're starting here. Now that I look at it, it's kind of has a bit of a feel of a King of the Hill with Beavis and Butthead. Kind of feels like it's made for that block, if you will. But yeah, this show, just growing up, just felt like your older sister's hating society kind of show. You know, she can relate to the show. She can put it on at night and have someone to relate to, like Daria. I mean, those two characters, Daria and the sister, those are just typical high school characters. You always got the gothic, book reading, nerdy type, and then you got the popular girl. This is the same as the law of nature, if you will. Yeah, the dad. Actually, I think the dad is my favorite character in this show. He reminds me a little bit of the dad from the Oblongs. I don't know why. I don't know their personalities too well, but I don't know. I just get that vibe, like passive father, not the dominant father. He's got 2 girls. They just run all over him. Just really well drawn characters. Look at this gothy looking character in the back with an ankh around the neck. Kind of creepy. Some of the characters are beady eyed. Some of them have pupils and retinas. What do you see here? I feel like that's the same character, the same voice actress for the smiley face sister, Daria's sister, if you will. Look in the back; it says "hang in there." For a second, I thought that guy was hanging by the neck, but he's just hanging. How many people back in the day, even today, remember those classrooms? Those rehabilitation classrooms in school, basically during lunchtime, or sent the wacko kids there. Been there a couple times myself. But they were fun, honestly. It's the funnest things happened in those classes. Got to meet real characters, not just stay in line kind of fellas. Daria, I always thought it sounded like diarrhea. But I mean, no disrespect to anybody out there named Daria. Just saying, I'm 8 years old. What do you think? What do you think's going to happen? Name yourself Daria like that. Yeah, this is why the show's funny. I mean, she's trolling. Back in the day, I didn't know what that was. She's sarcastic in a smart way. She's very smart. If they came back with another Daria show, remake with the characters, even a movie, whatever, just let it hang. Let it go all out, you know? Honestly, all these old shows need one reboot. They need a final goodbye. They need not necessarily a whole season or 2, but Maybe just like a little 50-minute movie or an hour, whatever they can spare. Because I'm not going to expect this. Oh, the teacher was my favorite character. Remember his eye? He was always having an aneurysm. What's on the back there? Homework, pages 102 to 250. Yeah, remember school was harder back then. Today they let you pass with, you don't have to try and you just pass. And then you had the crazy teachers. Now today, if you have any crazy teacher, you just report him and gets back in line. Like that guy in the back just, oh. Honestly, I would just hide an earpiece in that chain, like going from his nose or something. Make it look like you got some kind of hanging piercing, but it's actually a wire, and you can listen to music in class. The classic jock with his wearing his football, because you couldn't tell enough he was a jock. They dressed him up as the football character the entire show. It's got a different pace. It's a little slower than today's shows to get to the punchline. But I feel like if any show, actually, now I think about it, if any show should get a reboot, a modernized reboot, I don't know if you can even have the same characters because people are so different today. But you know what I mean. Just using the same animation, same art style. Yeah, the voice actor is pretty good too. She reminds me, the girl with the pigtails reminds me of the brunette from Scary Movie. The one that, I think it's in the first one, she breaks her own leg, she decapitates her head, pulls it out of the trash. Am I dead now? Just reminds me of that character. Yeah, the dinners. If ever you watch this show, I don't know if it's just me or the few episodes that I have seen, but the conversation around the dinner table with the dad and the mom are great. And the mom's kind of bland too with her, it's your choice, sweetheart. I mean, honestly, I'm just thinking maybe I caught a few episodes that there's probably not, there's so many episodes of this show from what I'm looking. What is there, 4 seasons? That's crazy for a show that's dedicated to an isolated teenage girl. I mean, I'm just saying for the 90s, this was probably intended for a female teenage audience. With maybe a few men watching as well, just getting some of the jokes. It was on anyway. Hey, I was watching. You know why? Because it played on Friday nights on YTV, and I want to say it played around 9:30, right either after the Hit List, which was another show I didn't really like watching because it was the same songs every week. It's like watching music videos, but how many times can you watch the same music video every week? I mean, if people love the music and they love to watch it, go for it by all means. But I just felt like for a kid's show, I don't know. I always looked forward for Oblongs, Shadow Raiders, those kind of shows. Late night Goosebumps, a late night reboot with some Beast Wars, toss a little of that in there. But now, you know what? Now I'm glad they put Daria. And you know, I'm remembering a night. I don't know if anybody out there can remember this night. You would have been living in Canada probably in 97, 96, 97, 98, right around there. YTV showcases or shows Kablam for the first time ever. It's a Nickelodeon show, and they show Kablam. And I think it played around 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And either after, not too far after, Daria comes on. But if you remember those nights, those Friday nights on YTV, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what played late at night. You got Reboot at 11:30, somewhere around there, 11 o'clock. Beast Wars, a nice late showing at midnight. And then later on, they came out with the anime hours at night. They would play anime shows on Friday nights. Yeah, I remember going back to the school days. Those. Okay, for a second I thought she was in detention. That's what I was going to say. Maybe she is in detention. How did you get kids to stay in detention? Today you can't. Today you can't even touch kids. You can't even do nothing. You can't even... teachers back in the day would just hit you on the hand, hit you on the ass sometimes with the belt, the old belt. Authority, man. Talk about authority. They had it back then. And you see that in the TV shows today. It's a piece of history. You're seeing different parts of society from different eras. That's why sometimes cartoons will showcase it in a more appropriate way, emotionally appropriate way, because that maybe humans can't really express, or cartoons maybe do it better because they'll be more lighter on the situation. You can touch on certain subjects that you probably can't really touch when you're doing normal acting. It might be a little too sensitive, maybe too real, so cartoons can portray that. But yeah, she had her friend there, the one with the 3 earrings. I always thought was a cool character. I always remember them. As far as characters in Daria, we got Daria, you got her friend there, you got mom and dad's sister, the football guy, and then the pigtail girl. That's all I can remember. Oh, and the teacher as well. But everybody, it's the same. Was it the same cloud every time? I don't know. Pay attention. Go back and see if the clouds are the same, drawn the same. Hi, honey. Yeah, exactly. You're watching this show. You're a teenage girl. You're watching this show. You're relating to Daria. Trying to relate. Trying to kick back. Had a rough week. Meanwhile, imagine you're watching this 8-year-old, 9-year-old. You're watching this, and you're just waiting patiently. Most smarter kids would have probably turned the channel and watched something else, but I just kept it on because I didn't want to miss the following show. I didn't want to be late. I'm the kind of guy. I was the kind of kid that had to be 2 episodes early for a show. Didn't want to miss it, because if you missed it, that's it. You got to wait a whole week, and it doesn't really mean they're going to play it the following week. Sometimes the amount of times you get disappointed. But Daria always seemed to play on Friday nights. They never skipped a beat with that show. And I guess 4 seasons, it makes sense. You get, what do you got, about 4 years? A season a year? So you got about 4 years airing of Daria. By the 4th year, people are probably going like, can you get some more of this or what? And no, you can't. That's why they have 4 seasons. I wonder if anything else came out for Daria besides the show. There must have been some. Well, they wouldn't have had toys because the demographic would have. Who would have bought toys? I mean, today you might have some stuff. You might have T-shirts. You might have all the knickknacks. They make everything from everything now. No show is left unturned. Those Funko Pop toys, I'm sure they have Daria's. But then if you go deeper, maybe you can get some of those crazier characters like the teacher. I wonder if they have the teacher from Daria. Because I know they don't have a lot of the Rocko's Modern Life characters for Funko. So I think Rocko's Modern Life is way more popular than Daria. If they even have a Funko for Daria. They're learning about Esteem. Remember the old character? Remember the old skater guys, the grunge-looking guys with long hair, baggy shorts with the chain. Hey, hit a like if anybody out there had a chain wallet going to high school. Honestly, you're just asking to get robbed because people know which pocket it's in. You just grab it, pull it. What was holding it? Just a piece of rubber, so you can just pull that out. I'm sure it's not that hard. Does anybody even have that? Oh, I can't wait to see it next time I see somebody with a chain wallet. It's probably going to be me. I'll go get one. Wait, are they eating the same meal they had last time? It looks like lasagna with chicken nuggets and mashed potatoes. Yeah, really, really cool, really well drawn show. Just nice detail. I don't remember this show being this detailed. I actually remember it being more simple and bland. But just look at the trees and everything. Even the animation, the way it's moving. You're never going to see these characters again. They did a really nice job. Honestly, Daria's enjoying the stupidity of it all. In a way, I feel like Daria. I don't know. I feel like Daria could be a good Harley Quinn. You know, like a nerdy scientist, but deep down, she could be like a female Joker. Oh yeah, that's right. You remember in Daria they would have those stop just before they went to commercial. They would show a bit of the previous scene, and I remember growing up, I remember trying to guess which part of the scene they're going to use for the commercial break. Six Ed World. That's a cool logo. Welcome back to Six Ed World. What else was playing at this time? Hey, for all the U.S. viewers, let me know what show this played on. I want to guess what? Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, something at night, maybe Adult Swim, probably Adult Swim. But I'm just wondering, what else played around this time? Like, you got some late night viewings of Ren and Stimpy. I think those... Actually, you know what? I only seem to remember Ren and Stimpy playing at night. I've never seen it during the day. Wasn't allowed. It was too crazy. But at night, if I was lucky enough, my parents would be upstairs. They'd be cleaning up the dishes, doing all kinds of chores. I'd be downstairs trying to grab whatever last minute of TV I could, sneak a little episode of some late night cartoons, and then whatever I caught, I freaking soaked like a sponge. I would try to remember every line, every piece, every frame, because I knew I wouldn't see it for another month or two, or never knew I would even see it again. Like a show like Duckman, perfect example. That show would play, and The Critic as well. These little shows would play. The little shows, but Duckman's a big show. And it would play, and I just remember watching and never having enough time to get into it because I get pulled from the TV. Go to bed. Mr. O'Neill. Mr. O'Neill, sir. Ah, those desks. They still have desks like that in school? The head. Oh, okay, he's supposed to be like the cool, edgy teacher that gets it. Today, guys, I'm trying to reach the children. I think he's a pretty reoccurring character. He comes back quite a bit, I think. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of cult following for this show. Whoever's a hardcore fan of Daria out there, let me know why you like the show, why you've enjoyed the show, and what made you enjoy the show in the 90s. Maybe not so much today, because today it's one of those things where even myself, I can be biased, I can be a little bit more forgiving, but I want to know what you felt like when you watched this when you were younger, when it was meant to be watched. At the time it was meant to be watched, and how you felt about it and what it did to you. Because I'm just curious to hear about other people, what they thought, and see if it was similar. Because this show, I don't know. I wonder how many people that were 8 years old, 9 years old, watching this and actually wanting to watch this. It would have been for the older audience. Yeah, and she always had her arms by the side on her shoulders there, never moving. That's why I always thought it was too simple. Because the art, like even in a scene like this, you see them, the two of them talking, you see this on TV, they're going back and forth, so you're like, what's going on? Next scene, pay attention. I think that gym teacher, he's another one of those characters you see often. Look at him moving, he's looking around. You always had that teacher in high school, didn't you? The one looking for trouble, he wants to, it's those teachers that really want that power. Do whatever they can. Then you get the nice teachers that are just like, would you sit down, you know? But teachers can't say nothing to each other, that's the thing. Not in front of kids anyways. Yeah, you can't even have meetings like that in school anymore. Everyone's on their phone. No Daria. No Daria for a week. Oh, come on. Certificates of self-esteem. Her name is Daria Morgendorffer? Oh, so cool. Is that gym teacher in the back? Let's dance. Look at, he's moving in the back. He's moving. Oh. Yeah, but I'm sure, honestly, if you went to anybody in their 30s and said, have you ever heard of Daria? Do you know what Daria is? I don't know. I'm going to go on a guess here. 8 out of 10 probably do. Or if 8 out of 10, maybe the 2 that didn't probably forgot. Or it could have been one of those things that, some kids back in the day didn't have access to everything. We didn't have, some of your friends were able to watch Saturday morning cartoons for certain channels because your parents got those channels. Other kids, so you had always word of mouth. You heard about what happened. The people talked about it. It became legend, became rumors. But Daria, no, I can't remember anybody talking about it. I can only remember hearing people talk about it when they would kind of either make fun of it or... I don't know. That was just for my grade, though.
Winning the fight against low self-esteem takes support from teachers, from friends, and most of all,
So they have a moral to the story. I'm guessing they're not just going to bore the audience and...
I'd like to thank more than any other is my very own sister, Quinn
Huh.
Morgendorffer.
She thanked her sister.
Sister Quinn has forgotten more about self-esteem than I'll ever know. Are you out there, sis? Stand up and let me thank
But yeah, right. Even if Daria gave a speech like that, the entire school... I mean, back then they were more ruthless. The nerd like Daria would have probably not even gotten that kind of attention. She would have just been booed off. Even if she would have said, my sister, I give the self-esteem award to my sister. Nobody would have listened. Oh, classic phone. They got to bring those back. Why can't they just bring those back, put them in the kitchen, and connect it to Wi-Fi so whenever one of your phones rings, that thing turns on. You pick it up. Just for fun. Why not? One little thing. Remember the little antenna on the side? Yeah, I remember back in the day, if you had a phone in your house and you can chat with your friend, that was the thing to do. Well, I mean, like when texting came out, that revolutionized it. But back then, if you had one phone in the house, if you were lucky, you had 2 lines, and then your friend could call you on the other line, could talk to your friends. I can only imagine. Imagine you're watching Daria with your friend at night. Sitting there going, oh, can you believe that? Oh, there's the... Hey, Artie. There's the acne kid with the UFO shirt. Classic. Whoa, that's cool. They're putting... It's the end of the episode. Daria... Oh, yeah, I remember this. I remember the Statue of Liberty one. That's right. They always had different outfits. Honestly, Daria is a really cool character. She's really cool, and even her friend too. They're all pretty good characters. I wonder what kind of influence the guys who made the show had. I'm just looking at all these guys. Joan of Arc. These guys have a lot of cultural references at the back here at the credits. Just watch the different characters going by. They had Cleopatra, they had surgeons, they had everything. Basically every stereotype you can think of. Yeah, so that was Daria. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't really watch much of the episode. It was just reminiscing, if you will. But yeah, that was just episode 1. We're definitely going to watch some more Daria in the future. But yeah, if you haven't watched this show, or if you know this show and you don't remember it, and you just listen to the podcast, definitely tonight, especially on a Friday night like tonight, definitely a go-to show. I'm gonna make a list of what shows to watch from Monday to Sunday. For myself, honestly, the classic shows I would watch on those days. And usually Monday to Thursday was repetitive stuff. Friday always had a special showing at night. Saturday had its own lineup, and Sunday as well. But as far as Friday night, I can't think of a way to kick it back any more old school than watching Daria. For a show that played so long on a network in Canada, YTV anyway, for probably a good 4 years solid. I can remember when the show started playing, or it played around the time of the Santo Bogito, which was a show created by Arlene Klasky and Gabor Supo. Same guys as Duckman and Rugrats. Check that one out too. But yeah, that show would play. There'd be Daria, a hit list, right around that little time frame. And then Kablam came out. When Kablam came out, it changed everything for me. All those action figures, the Flesh, and the Stinky Diver, whatever his name was. But yeah, Daria, bringing back some good old memories. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't be shy to just hit that like button, give a quick comment, anything you want to hear in the future. So stop by next time in the future, and hope to see you next time. All right, take care now. Ciao. Bye-bye.
You just listened to a Toon Along Podcast. If you like what you heard or have any comments or feedback, don't hesitate to check out more on iTunes, Spotify, and TuneIn Radio, as well as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for more info. I'll see you next time. Ciao!